Hello, welcome to the Fed Up Podcast. Today it's me, square root of dad squared, also known as Rap is Crap 1954, here with
the Big Shrimp.
the Big Shrimp, back at it again. First time under the new pseudonym, but it is his permanent name. We are here now. We have been bought out by the Azontic brand, so this is the first Azontic branded episode. Was there something you'd like to say about that, Big Shrimp?
The Azontic company treats us very well, and we're glad to be working with and under them.
With and under. And sometimes on top, depending on how they feel. If they had a long day, sometimes they let us climb on top and do all the work. But, the Azontic company has decided to make some new changes to the Fed Up Podcast system. So today we will be doing a new Azontic, an Azontic sponsored episode with the Azontic TM conversation generator. So Big Shrimp.
That is correct, and let me hit the button. Jabba dabba do. Our first topic of conversation: the African hippopotamus.
Wow. There's a lot of things about Africans I don't like. But one thing I do like about Africans, that being the animals of Africa, are... Right. Because there are people that live on Africa, it's like South African stuff. But African hippopotamus, one of the deadliest creatures on the planet.
I agree. You hear stories about the hippopotamus almost every other day about how they just snatched an African baby right from its mother's arms. I mean, it's quite sad. But nevertheless, the hippopotamus got to eat. And let me tell you, there's definitely less hippopotamuses than there are Africans. So I think 1 for 1, it's definitely a better deal that instead of now, don't quote me on this, but I think it's better that the African dies than the hippopotamus, because there's not a lot of hippopotamuses left. They're endangered species.
And humans and other animals are not endangered if they are not endangered.
They're not endangered if they're not in danger.
That is correct. Now, the hippopotamus is one of the fastest animals in the animal kingdom.
Is that right?
Yeah. One of the fastest, definitely for its size. And it's one of the deadliest. One of the most aggressive animals. I'll pass it over to Big Shrimp. He's going to have some facts about the African hippopotamus.
I just realized that the website has another where it gives us random questions to start conversation.
Oh, let's hear it. Azontic TM.
This is a trademark Azontic app. You can find it on Google Play and the App Store. Have you ever been in a talent show?
I have never been in a talent show, but I've always dreamed about it, especially in the shower when a banger comes on. Just standing up there and singing my heart out.
I haven't been in a talent show, but I've been in something very similar. Oh. One time, a magician came to our school, and I was selected to be his apprentice for the magic show, and he did things to me.
What kind of things?
Well, like he filled up a pitcher with water and put it on my head, and it was like crazy because nobody knew how it wasn't spilling onto my head, but I knew. Yeah, I knew.
I know I shouldn't ask this because it's magician's code, but would you tell us how the pitcher wasn't spilling on your head?
There's a little switch on the pitcher that closed it so it didn't spill.
Oh, so magic is not real.
Magic is real.
But not Israel.
But not Israel.
Like Israel. Magic is not Israel.
Israel is not magic. But let me tell you, there is magic. And you know where it's found?
Where?
It's found at the end of a long day's work.
Oh, yeah?
So that's why today's episode is sponsored by Sleep Number. Use code AZONTIC on any Sleep Number purchase and get 25% off your order.
Whole order. You can order 25 mattresses and get 1 or 4 or 5, whatever, a fourth of those off. Yeah.
You'll also receive free shipping and a kiss from whoever delivers it to you.
But not handling.
Not handling. Handling still costs $15.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
Why don't you pull up the question on the Zontic TM
Next question.
generator?
The Zontic generator. Oops. Have you ever cut your own hair?
No.
I can't say I have either.
I mean, I never cut it like perfectly, but I did put scissors in it and jack it up once.
I mean, yeah, I've definitely just cut my hair, but not like cut my hair. I didn't give myself a haircut, but I definitely cut a few hairs off.
Yeah. I used to have really bad cowlicks. Still have pretty bad cowlicks, but
I have 4 cowlicks, 1 in each corner of my head. So let me tell you, I gotta wake up pretty dang early in the morning to get those suckers down.
that is unfortunate. That's real talk. Real talk from a real guy.
You know what my cowlicks have me?
What?
Fed up.
Wow, that is inspirational.
It is. We still have many questions to go, so don't get lost yet, folks.
Don't get lost in the sauce yet.
Don't get lost in the sauce. We still got a lot of bullying to do. What do you fear?
I fear one thing.
Go ahead.
Fear itself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like heights, falling, tripping, ledges, flying in planes. Very large birds like geese and ostriches maybe. Not small birds. I could crush a small bird in my hand, but let me tell you,
A robin?
I could crush a robin in my hand, but a goose, if that came after me, bro, I'm running.
Yeah. I mean, I fear those things, but that's encapsulated in fear itself. That's why I said that.
Oh, okay, then we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that feeling when the plane's taking off and then you're like, is this thing going to blow up?
No, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was parable.
The plane crashing or exploding midair isn't really what I'm scared of.
What are you scared of?
Mostly walking through TSA and seeing anybody wearing a turban.
Yeah, walking through TSA can be scary.
Yeah, and just praying that the guy I see a turban is not on my plane.
Isn't that a little prejudice?
We're getting a message from corporate.
Yes, we are.
We're not allowed to say bad things about Muslims.
About Arabs?
We're not allowed to say bad things about Arabs. I'm sorry.
About those Arabs. Unfortunately, that's the end of the discussion about the great religion of Islam.
Yeah, we are getting cut off by corporate.
Corporate, we do love Islam. We were just jesting.
Next question. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color? Wow, that's a loaded question.
How about, get this. Let's do a top 2 and bottom 2.
Okay. How about we both do our bottom 2s? So you go for your bottom 2.
Black and brown.
Yeah, those are 2 horrendous colors.
I'm just getting another phone call from corporate. We're definitely not allowed to say that.
Oh. My 2 least favorite colors are white and tan.
Yeah. We're getting we're getting a thumbs up from corporate from that one.
White and tan. Can't live with them. My 2 favorite, brown is second and black is 1. bigger and blacker. That's what I've been saying.
I completely agree. Additionally, I think rainbow is my favorite color.
Yeah. You know, white is not part of the rainbow. White is the absence of color.
White will never be part of the rainbow.
The rainbow is important.
LGBTQW? Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
Next question. Do you have nice handwriting?
No.
I also do not have nice handwriting.
I got a D- in penmanship in 2nd grade.
Really, I have a D. I have an F in most of my classes.
I have an F in most of my A-Day classes.
Same. All my B-Day ones are good because I show up here.
I do have one. I have one more thing to say. My mother is a left-hander.
Sorry.
So she wanted to force me to be a lefty. So the first couple of years I was born, she made me hold a pencil in my left hand only. So what happened was I got used to the lefty grip, which is not the same as the righty grip, which means I'm addicted to holding it like a lefty in my right hand. Whenever I hold it like a right-hander in my right hand, my writing is terrific. But I am addicted to holding the pen incorrectly due to my mother, which is good because she is a working mother and working women are strong and independent.
That is correct. We need to respect our working mothers out there.
That is what's up. Although she didn't have a job for most of for most of my life and lived off child support.
Yeah, and my mom doesn't pay her taxes.
That's what's up.
That is what's going down, really.
Next question.
What's your favorite drink? That's a very apt question. A very good apt question.
Well, there's only one true answer, and that is the Cross. No, I'm kidding. How could it be the Cross? It has to be the greatest beverage, the greatest sparkling beverage.
Let's shout it from the rooftops on 3. 1, 2, 3.
LaCroix.
Very funny. Again. 1, 2, 3.
San Pellegrino.
No, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Perrier.
No. 1, 2, 3.
Generic brand sparkling water fruit juice.
1, 2, 3.
Spindrift.
That's right, everybody. Today's episode is also sponsored by Spindrift. Use code AZONTIC on Spindrift or code FEDUP on spindrift.com to receive 15% off your monthly subscription.
Thank you so much for checking out spindrift.com. I was only jesting with the other companies. Those companies are inferior to Spindrift, and I just wanted to be said that, I love Spindrift. Spindrift is the best beverage out there.
We just received a message from corporate.
What did they say?
They said we're not allowed to talk about any other companies or brands that we aren't sponsored by.
1 second. I'm getting a message from corporate. I'm going to go for a second. I'll be right back. Ask yourself one of the questions.
While he's gone, I'm just going to talk about Azontic for a minute. They really got us at the throat right now. Don't tell them we said this. They are really going at us. They're really, tearing out our throats. We're really not allowed to say much anymore.
Why would we hire black people?
Sorry.
HR department, there is no such thing as black.
Sorry.
White is right, baby.
He's on the phone with HR. 1 second. While he's doing that, I'll just answer one of these questions real quick.
Yo, you guys go to the rally?
Which do you like better?
Yo, my girlfriend made the
A
cross.
shower or a bath?
10th today.
I definitely like to take a shower a bit better. I think
There's
definitely.
an interracial couple moving in down the street.
I definitely think showers are better than baths. I just think
They
baths
have
are
a
kind of
mixed
like.
baby.
I just think. I just think baths are just a little bit better. Baths are kind of gross. You kind of just sit in your own filth.
Hey, Chef, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Hello, Fed Up listeners. I was back from HR. We were having a very positive meeting about diversity. I also got some beverage. Spindrift. Go to spindrift.com and use the club code Azontic or Spindrift Club or Pet Up.
Our next question is a very interesting question, and I'm really glad somebody brought it up. Which do you like better, rain or snow?
Rain. Whoever asked that question is a clown. Not that there's anything wrong with being a clown.
We are accepting of all people on the Fed Up podcast. Yeah. So.
Yes, we are accepting of all people on the Fed Up podcast. Being a clown is not a derogatory thing. Being a clown is clowns are very hardworking people, and we're proud of them.
Yeah, I completely agree. Clowns are a good part of this economy. It's a $50 million industry.
That's correct.
My next question is a banger, and I love this question. If you could have a superpower, what would you choose?
Well, I'll let you go first.
A very underrated superpower is the manipulation of ions in the matter of people's you know what I'm saying, right? Manipulation of electrons in people's atoms, or just the environment's atoms. Because if you think about it, a nuclear explosion is created when two electrons are smashed into each other. Therefore, if you can control the electrons, you can create everybody, and everything can be a nuclear bomb, and you can just set it off and explode it.
Yeah. Mine is a bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Mine goes a little something like this. If I could have a superpower, it'd be the ability to be a ghost, where I can leave my body at any time. And when I leave my body goes on a autopilot mode, where it acts exactly like me. And as the ghost, I have the ability to possess anyone at all. And whatever I do as them, they believe they did themselves, and they had their own free will, just like God. And then, as this, I would do all kinds of things, such as inventing time travel, so I could go back in time as a ghost and do whatever I freaking wanted. That'd be my one superpower.
Hey, that's really cool. But there's only one thing cooler than that, and it's this next question.
Let's hear it.
Who do you most resemble? What celebrity do you?
What celebrity do I most resemble?
Yeah.
I've been told this a couple times. I've heard a lot of things, but I heard that I really resemble. I don't know if you know this guy. His name is Jussa Onfroy. That's who I've been told that I resemble. He was a classical musician from back in the day. He wrote songs about living under the moonlight and how people looked at him.
Now, I think you resemble David Schwimmer. But me, I personally think that I look a bit like Iosif Dushkashvili, or as he's known colloquially, the Man of Steel, otherwise known as Joseph Stalin. I get it a lot, and I don't always know if I appreciate it. He's definitely up there in like good. I mean, he's not like a villain. He's not a bad person, but he's just, what did Joseph Stalin do?
I don't want to be that guy. But, you're not really a Joseph Stalin.
Really?
You're more a Leon Trotsky.
Don't talk about Trotsky.
Looks like you have a hole in your head from that ice pick.
We just got a message from corporate. You're not allowed to talk about Leon Trotsky.
Leon Trotsky was for the people.
You're allowed to talk about Stalin, but not Leon Trotsky. Okay, we're not allowed to talk about him. Okay, we just got a message from his Zontic. They said no. All right. Okay. I get it that that I may resemble Leon Trotsky, but you're not allowed to talk about Leon Trotsky. Okay, just get that through your head. All right. Sorry for that. Next question. If you could meet anyone, who would it be?
Leon Trotsky. Look at me, I didn't want to be Leon Trotsky. He was a real member for the people, and he should have followed the Soviet Union. He should have been the leader after Lenin's death.
Yeah, 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 let's just not do any of these questions. What do you like better, pens or pencils?
Well, as one of my great friends said, one of my great friends, true heir to the Soviet Union. The pen is mightier than the sword, unless the sword is killing someone, or in any other capacity.
Yeah, corporate's definitely gonna take a big look at this one. If there's not a next episode, we've definitely been fired by corporate.
We are corporate,
right? So, which do you like better, straight or curly hair?
It's even a question. The straight swine. Curly is the best. Okay. Curly hair versus straight hair. Who has straight hair? Who had straight hair under his big old hat? And whose curly hair could have protected him from the pick? The ice pick in his eye in 1940 in Mexico. That's my question. So I think curly hair is better. The Jewish elite.
I'm calling security right now. Because I definitely need to get this guy out of here.
The Jewish. The elite want to take you. The elite want to take you, and they're going to take your taxes, and they're going to build bridges, and they're going to build dams, and not the one with the B, but the one with the M that beavers make.
Security is on their way, to remove you from the premises. So you're gonna.
You haven't answered yet.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
I guess I'm in here for another 45 minutes with no.
With this raving lunatic.
Well, thank you so much for we're gonna move on to our next sponsor. We just need to get this out of the way so corporate can unlock the doors and let us out of the closet that we're stuck in.
Not that it's wrong to be in a closet.
Oh no, we're perfectly fine with being in this closet.
It's not that I mean, just so you know that you're accepted to come out, but being in the closet, there's no shame. There's no shame.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with the position that Azontic has put us in this closet. We're not scared at all. We're not being held against our will.
We do not hear the song Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People playing outside the door.
We do not hear any song at all playing outside.
Especially not Pumped Up Kicks, that school shooter one.
Especially not Pumped Up Kicks. Okay?
All the other kids.
They all have pumped up kicks.
And they better run.
Yeah. They better. But moving on to our next sponsor.
Our final sponsor.
Today we are sponsored by
Who else but
Quagmire.
No. You big shrimp acting silly. We're sponsored by Spindrift Club. Yes, we got sponsored by Spindrift and Spindrift Club because we have followers. I'm only jesting, and that's just for the Azontic brand. But we are sponsored by Squarespace. Claim your free domain today. Using the code FEDUP, you can get your own website today for free. You still have to pay service, but corporate just came in and we had to plug that thing hard.
We're not ready for corporate to walk in right there.
Corporate walked in, walked out. No cap.
No freaking cap. I'm honestly sweating right now.
We're in this closet, sweating. No cap. Slapping.
Not that being in the closet is wrong.
No, not that being in the closet's wrong, but we encourage you to come out of the closet, young man.
We want to be let out of this closet.
See, this says a lot about society.
This does say a lot about society.
We want to come out of the closet together.
Yeah, as a people. As a people.
But corporate is just locking us in.
Let's get back to the question.
Let's get to a quote by Leon Trotsky.
Ow, my head. It was just hit with an ice pick. Ow. Ow. Help me. Help me. I am being murdered. Ow. Leon Trotsky.
1940 Mexico.
1940 in a Mexican bar. The next question is actually a favorite of mine, and I've been planning for this for about since the conception of Fat Up. Have you ever been to the zoo?
Yes, many zoos.
Many zoos?
Yes.
You know, some people say New York is like a zoo.
Yeah, all those.
Animals.
Like cockroaches and rats living in the walls.
That's correct. Next question.
And don't get me started on Queens.
Ugh. Ugh. I'd rather piss my pants than go to Queens.
Goodness. Second worst borough.
Yeah. Don't get me started on the Bronx.
No. Refuse to get me started on Staten Island.
Yeah, Staten Island is pretty bad. Have you ever shoplifted?
No.
No. Hey, kids. All you kids listening out there, it's not worth it. Don't steal. Don't shoplift.
Because there's a rush. A rush in your blood that you can never match by any. Stealing is like an addiction. And once you feel that addiction, you can never let it go. Just like the beautiful, sweet smell of heroin injecting right into your bloodstream.
Kids, if you take anything away from this podcast episode, just remember, be yourself.
And come out of the closet.
Next question.
And don't be afraid to become transgender.
Next question.
If you're a white male, become a white female.
I completely agree with that because, frankly, in this society that we live in, gender is fluid.
Gender is an ocean.
Gender is a wave, much like a sound wave.
Gender is a wave. And gender is an ocean. and pleasure is a wave.
That's so true. I really respect that. Now let's move on. What's your favorite month?
Well, that has to be April.
And why is that?
Well, my birthday is in April, and April is spring break, and April is really the start of life coming back to this cold, desolate, ice-covered plain of Earth.
That wasn't the answer that corporate told us to do.
Oh, corporate said that the best month is February because it's the history month of the people of color.
I completely agree. February is definitely the best month because it is Black History Month.
People of color history month?
Oh, no. Corporate's going to be taking that out of my check, and you know it.
They'll take more out of your check than that.
Bro, you don't understand. They never take out of your check. They always take out of my check. I don't know why they do that. There's more than one person on this podcast, right? Especially right now. There's only 2 people. Usually there's more. But let me tell you, no matter who it is, they take it out of my check. And you know why? It's because I'm a straight white male, and you don't even know the struggle.
You know what they do?
What do?
They put it in the check of the minorities, which is great because, you know what they say? When you're born with economic disadvantages like the minorities have in this great nation of ours, or formerly great nation, or never great nation, because there's always been problems with how the white male oppresses everyone else. It's disgusting. It's absolutely despicable. How can we help the people of need to get ahead?
It is absolutely foul. We need to...
Tell us what your favorite color is.
Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. We need to help the black. Sorry, this handwriting is really weird. We need to help the black people. So, people of color.
People.
So to help them, we're gonna answer this question.
Yes.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Well, I used to have many. I used to have Yeezys and all kinds of stuff, but I donated them all to charity. The charity to give shoes to kids in need. And all I have are my laceless Vans covered in stains from ceramics.
That is very noble of you.
Thank you.
I donate all my urine to charity. But how many pairs of shoes I own? I don't know. I stole them all from this charity auction.
That's the start of the movie Holes.
That is the start of the movie Holes. Next question.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the planetarium?
Which one?
Just any planetarium.
I have, and it was a very enjoyable experience.
I also like the planetarium. That's why this episode is sponsored by
Clark Planetarium.
Clark Planetarium.
Downtown Salt Lake City.
Also, it is also sponsored by Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is currently has a GoFundMe set up to get out of his prison sentences as he is being charged with alleged sexual assault.
Which is totally unfair, as a person of color cannot sexually assault a woman.
I completely agree. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something for you, listeners. Something that I just noticed. Bum ba bum bum bum.
Bum.
You can't not say it.
Bum bum. Bum ba da dum bum. Bum bum.
Bum ba bum bum. Let's go move on to our next topic.
Our next topic is actually one.
Well, why don't we go back to the Azontic TM brand topic generator?
That's where we are. And here,
That's the question generator.
it's the same thing.
Okay, then where are the African hippopotamuses?
We'll go back to the topics instead of the questions generator.
This isn't a Q&A.
This is not a freaking Q&A. We don't care what corporate says. North Africa.
Wow. Now that is something very interesting. North Africa, unlike South Africa, is not a country. And it's not even really a place. Several nations are in North Africa. Morocco,
Algeria.
Tunisia,
Libya.
Egypt.
Sudan.
Mali.
Let me think of a good one. I don't know. I think that's about it.
That's about it, but mostly uncovered by the scorching Sahara Desert.
Now, speaking of the Sahara Desert, did you know there's actually more urine per square mile than there is water?
Water is in urine.
Well, yeah, but like, you know what I mean.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I just made it up.
Did you know that in the Second World War, there was many extensive tank battles in the Sahara Desert?
I did. That was back in the days of filthy imperialism, when the Europeans dominated Africa. It was disgusting, and frankly, I am sick and tired of European imperialism.
And I am sick.
This great world of ours.
And I am sick of us not getting to our next sponsor. Purple Mattress has great mattress solutions.
That is correct. Purple mattress.
Casper mattress is the one that you guys are supposed to be pushing.
Casper mattresses.
Not purple. Unless it's purple Casper.
Everything we're saying, just take it back.
Casper mattress fits in nice, easy to ship boxes. And you just pull it in your room, cut open the bag, and then the bed fills right up.
Wazam. It's just that simple. Buy, ship, and boom, you're ready to sleep soundly again. What? Sleep soundly?
You want to come out and help us with the film?
Corporate is asking us to go to pause the podcast. We will put you on hold for a temporary amount of time and return. Thank you for listening. We will be back shortly. Go get your popcorn because this thing is not over yet.
Get comfortable because there's still 45 minutes left in this podcast.
Get comfortable. Change your socks.
Well, don't change your socks.
I mean, unless.
Don't change your socks.
Unless.
Don't change your socks.
Don't change your socks.
Keep those socks on for 3 more days.
All right. We'll be right back. Did you guys change your socks yet?
Those socks better be stinky because we are back.
We are back. Do you have 3 pairs of socks on?
I have a very stinky, smelly pair of socks on right now. Yeah.
How long?
Well, these have been on for like 6 or 7 days.
Have you been going to the gym?
Yeah, I have. Been walking around.
Have you ran any marathons in those puppies yet?
No, but I've played in the mud.
Can you feel your skin getting connected to the socks when you peel it off? You'll just see your bones.
My socks are molding to my feet. I'm waiting for them to get past the first layer of skin. That's when they're best.
Absolutely rancid.
There's this Japanese website I go to that you can buy stinky, smelly socks for cheap. All right.
Well, I also hope you guys got your popcorn because here we are back with the Fed Up Podcast.
So our next topic is going to be something I find very, very important in our society. And that has to do with a simple fact.
Yeah.
Okay? Their stocks have been going down, they've been plummeting. What is the deal with hammocks?
Hammocks.
Hammocks.
You really are trying to get me started on hammocks, are you?
People just don't want to lay in a bag anymore.
What is the deal?
People want to sleep in a bed. But when you put a hammock out, people are like, what the frick? That's why for the past 10 years, their stocks have been crashing. And we're seeing a decline. As the millennial generation rises, we're seeing a decline in hammocks. I can't stand millennials taking the hammocks away. It's a cultural symbol of our country.
What are you supposed to do? In your backyard, right before the ocean, in your $5 million mansion, with your wife that is 30 years younger than you, what are you supposed to put in between those two palm trees? What?
Let me tell you, nothing goes in between those two palm trees. You know what? Except sadness, regret, divorce. Nothing these days.
But 10 years ago, what would have gone between those two palm trees?
You better believe a nice, flowing, multicolored hammock was sitting in between those two palm trees.
We sit here. We hear these people with their yellow hair saying to make America great again. But where? Where are the hammocks?
You know what we need?
What?
So you got Bernie Sanders on one side, Donald Trump on the other. You know what's right? You know?
What?
Get this. Donald Trump, they're on each side of the spectrum. Furthest they can get on those sides of the spectrum. And you know what goes in between two sides of a spectrum? A hammock.
Or a yang.
Or a yang.
This episode has also been sponsored by Yang 2024. 2020 is over, but 2024 is an opportunity, as this election's already done and dusted, because there is no unity amongst the left, creating this gap in this socioeconomic election where the right is all unified under one man, while the left is all shattered to pieces. Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, who is it? 2024 Yang will be back around, and he'll take it by storm.
It is a big problem with the failure of the impeachments, which was going to be a failure. Don't know who thought that was a good idea. All it did was benefit Donald J. Trump, which is funny because the Democrats think that Donald J. Trump is definitely the cause of all their problems. But in reality, they just made him 10 times stronger by trying to impeach him in a Congress and a House of Representatives, the Senate. There was no way it was going to get past the Senate.
Why? Why would you take the shot that you know you're not going to get? That you can say that there has been, 4 presidents that have been impeached? Now you can say that. That you can say there's 4 presidents in impeach. But none have been removed. You had a shot, the Democrats. You had a shot back in the day when you had both chambers. But you can't. You can't shoot them on something weak. You can't shoot them on something with Hunter Biden all over it. You can't. You got to pick your battles. You're choosing every battle and you're running into a wall. You got to step around the wall and pick Yang.
I completely 100% agree. Donald Trump has this election in the bag, and if you think that's incorrect, you're absolutely wrong. You live in a bubble. Because guess what? For a long period of time, all things pointed to Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders beating Donald J. Trump in the primary. But guess what? When you look around at more reputable sources that aren't left-leaning, Trump wins every single time, baby. And let me tell you, you didn't expect him to win last time. Everybody thought Hillary was gonna win.
Everybody.
And Donald Trump came through. And let me tell you, he's gonna do it again. And that's why it's gonna be so much easier for Yang in 2024. He's the only good presidential candidate that even stepped foot on that debate stage.
He's the only man in our nation willing, and he has the policy to make this nation. Now I said the only man. I said the only man for a reason. Because there is still a shot. A slim shot. An ace in the hole. If the young woman from Hawaii gets a shot at the man, there's an opportunity. What do you say?
It's a shame, but Tulsi Gabbard had a worse chance than Yang.
It's true.
But those two, if they just set aside their disagreements in the beginning and just worked together, I think they would definitely have won New Hampshire.
Was there a disagreement between them?
There was a disagreement. They both wanted to be president,
That's a problem.
and none of them would step down.
Why don't you take the Lyndon B route?
I completely understand. I think definitely whoever is Bernie Sanders VP is going to be president in 2 years if he gets elected. So
That's just like, that's, the DNC has a chance to elect anyone they want to be president, just like they did with Truman.
I completely agree. I think they should just ignore the polls and just pick Yang. Ignore the primary.
Bernie Yang.
Definitely not. Yang Bernie, maybe.
No, Bernie Yang. Bernie dies 2 days into his
Oh,
presidency.
you're right. I didn't even think about it like that. That's smart. Moving on to our next topic, because we don't want to fall into politics.
We're not politicians. We're just got on a little bit of a rant.
We're not politicians. We're handsome.
I mean, if we were older.
Yeah.
Hey, I have an idea. Casper mattress.
Casper mattresses are really good. We talked about Sleep Number, Casper, Purple.
Sleep Night.
We've talked about every single mattress there is.
Sleep Night.
We talked about.
Sleep Night.
We've definitely talked about every single mattress there is.
Sleep Night. Their beds come with a cartoon.
But this episode's final sponsor is melatonin.
Melatonin. Go to bed.
Helps people sleep all over the place. And that's what we want to do. We want to help you sleep. So buy 3 beds and some melatonin using code FEDUPAZONTIC.
Fed up as Ontic. The one problem with melatonin is that you get dependent on it like a crack needle.
I am definitely addicted to melatonin. If I don't take melatonin at night, I wake up very, very, very gruelingly.
Grueling.
Like it's a struggle.
You're like,
Like, man, I just don't want to. Either that or I have a extremely pulsating headache like I did last time.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, our next topic, that was our last sponsor. So you don't forget to use either code Azontic or FedUp. And our final topic of the day is the coal industry.
Coal.
Burn it. Bernie wants to eliminate 50,000 jobs by removing the coal industry in a plan to limit global warming. Now, I think that's a pretty radical step, as that is 50,000 jobs. Shoot, corporate. Oh, shoot, it's corporate.
Corporate. The shadow. The scary silhouette of corporate peered in the bedroom.
Scary shadow corporate.
Shadow corporate peered into a bedroom where we're sitting on a crisscross applesauce on a nice single bed with SpongeBob sheets.
That's right. So the coal industry is very profitable these days. Did you know that America is the #1 producer of coal?
No.
We sell it to African countries.
What about Chinese countries?
Don't talk about Chinese countries.
Xi Jinping is actually what corporate wants us to talk about.
Xi Jinping is a really nice guy, and I don't think he's that bad. We respect our Chinese followers. So remember that that Sleep Number, Purple, and Casper do ship to China. So just because you live in China does not mean you cannot use code FEDUP. Thank you.
I should say this. Shame. Shame. Shame to those terrible Hong Kong insurgents. Those insurgents to try to take down the great nation, the People's Republic of China.
I completely agree. Frankly, they're terrorists.
Terrorists.
They are terrorists.
Hong Kong belongs to China.
If I'm reading this correctly, from this email from corporate, they've killed 2.5 million good, hardworking Chinese men because they're greed.
Yeah. You know what? The Hong Kong people, I know I shouldn't say this. This isn't politically correct, but this is the truth. This isn't truth. The Hong Kong people think of the Chinese, the great people of China. The Hong Kong and Taiwan. They think of Chinese like the Nazis thought of the Jews.
Don't even get me started on Macau.
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 Las Vegas, too.
What are we going to do? Gamble there? Like, come on. That's obviously China.
China. The right country.
China. Our final sponsor is actually China. Use code FEDUP when ordering.
Don't use code fed up. We are never fed up with China.
We are not angry about China. That is for sure. All right? There is nothing wrong with the Chinese government. We are definitely fine with them, okay? We are not fed up with them. Use code AZONTIC.
Use code fed up for Hong Kong.
Yeah, because we are fed up with Hong Kong.
And those terrorist insurgents.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's Fed Up podcast.
This is an audio podcast.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Fed Up podcast. We are so glad that you joined us. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, our merch, and remember to leave a funny comment and a like.
Also, one last thing. Thank you for listening.
We really do appreciate it.
If you got this far into the video, make sure you comment strawberry banana smoothie. So we know you got this far. And don't skip to the end.
All right.
All right.
Ni hao.
Sleep tight, everyone. Don't let the bed bugs bite, because they will. And those bed bugs are like Hong Kong separatist scum.
So fed the frick up with the Hong Kong separatists.
Azontic bids you good night. Thank you.